lot of time talking about the complications of racism in America, but for all the controversies, for all the tensions, there's a lot of good news out there too. For instance, my next guest story. This inspiring young woman challenged a decades-old tradition in her racially divided community by integrating her high school prom. Please welcome Mauricia. Mauricia, tell us about your community.
Well, I'm from rural Wilcox County, Georgia, and unfortunately my community is very racially divided. We have blacks that stay on one side of the railroad tracks and whites that stay on the other side. We've had a long-standing tradition of separate proms. We have a black prom and a white prom, and I decided that that's not what I wanted to do.
What made you take steps towards having an integrated prom?
Well, junior year, we were all sitting in class, black people, whites, all together, and we were talking about, prom. Everybody's excited about their dresses and the guys with tuxedos, kind of figuring out what our theme was going to be. And during that time, I had a realization of the fact that we didn't have prom together. There were separate proms. And so I went home and I was talking to my mother about it, and I told her I wanted to have an integrated prom. And she said to me, "Are you sure? And do you know what all this entails and the resistance that might come?" And I was, because back in 1996, my grandmother was actually the first black elected school board member in the county, and she had crosses burned in her front yard. And knowing all of that, I wasn't afraid to do what needed to be done.
Okay, when you came up with this idea in front of the other students, what was their response to all of this?
There were some students that were like, "No way, we're not going to do this because our parents have made this tradition and we don't want to change." There were death threats as well as parents that called, concerned about me causing trouble in the community, and even people threatening to riot. But nonetheless, I knew that it was something that had to be done.
Okay, now in the end, you threw this integrated prom. How was it?
Our prom ended up being amazing. It was the best night ever. We raised somewhere between $12,000 and $15,000 from donors all across the world. And prom was a very phenomenal experience altogether. The best part of it ended up being this big unity circle, and everyone swayed to the song, and you could feel the love and the unity in the room. And about 40% of the white students there attended, and so it was amazing.
Wow, you got some world recognition for all of this. How'd that feel to you?
It was almost surreal in a sense, because there were news stations everywhere that did interviews, and a museum. They asked if I would donate my dress and my date's tuxedo to be in their Inspiring Change gallery. Prom just, everything ended up being
Well, you did something remarkable in your community. When we come back, we got something for you. We'll be right back.
C for New York.
Mauricia, an inspiring young woman who integrated her high school prom. Mauricia's mom, Tony, is in the audience. Tony, how do you feel about the progress that your daughter's made?
Well, Ms. Harvey, I don't think that Webster has created words yet to express my feeling to see her and those committee members fight so hard against all the odds that were against them. To see them fight so hard and continue on, as a parent, it was a really, really amazing experience for me.
Hatred is taught. You're not born a hateful person. And just to listen to your story, the parents don't want it to happen. So many parents, we've always had our own prom. At one point in time, somebody's got to go, this ain't right. I actually enjoy these people in my school, but when it comes to prom, we can't do it together. And this young woman right here has found a way to do something about it and fight through the hate. Because these kids, without their parents, they're okay with one another. It's a shame when you got to go home and not like somebody because of your parents. What have you been doing since you graduated high school?
I attend the Fort Valley State University, and I'm a mass communications major. And with that, I am wanting to become a philanthropist and also do human rights activism in order to put programs in place that will help individuals in underprivileged communities as well as next generation leaders create the change that we want to see in the world.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
I don't know what I was thinking at 20, but it wasn't that. I can tell you that right there. Look, you've been working really, really hard for your future, and we wanted to help out a little bit with you because we know that you. So check this out.